jumping right in. We're doing a deep dive today into the world of open source AI with Mistral AI's latest and greatest. Mistral Small 3, we've got their official announcement, of course, but also a hands-on YouTube review that's got folks talking. And another one, looking at how this model is shaking up the whole open source AI scene. Ready to find out why everyone's making such a fuss and what it could mean for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot to dig into here. It's not just about the tech itself, but the possibilities it unlocks.
Exactly. So, first things first. Mistral is back, and they are all in on open source. This model, it's all Apache 2.0 licensing, which means free use, modification, even commercial use, totally free. That's kind of a big deal, isn't it?
It is huge, especially for developers, researchers, anyone who wants more accessible AI. This could really change things in the AI landscape.
Okay, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. The small, in Mistral Small 3, it has 24 billion parameters. I'm no expert, but that doesn't sound very small to me.
You're right to wonder about that. 24 billion parameters, that's a lot, resource intensive. But the small is more about how Mistral designed it. They wanted a streamlined model that can compete with the big guys. Think of it as like a lightweight fighter going up against the heavyweights, like Llama 3.3 with its 70 billion parameters, or Qwen at 32 billion.
So less about sheer size, more about making every parameter count.
Right, and this efficiency, it changes things, especially for smaller companies who want to use powerful AI without spending a fortune on infrastructure.
To extend levels the playing field, making powerful AI more accessible to more people.
Exactly. And speaking of leveling the playing field, one thing Mistral emphasized was speed. They're saying this model is built for low latency and really fast responses. What do you think about that?
Well, coming from the podcast world, I know timing is everything. I'm curious, how does that speed translate into real-world use? What are some examples where those super fast responses would really be a game changer?
Think about anything where real-time interaction is key. Chatbots that can keep up a natural conversation. Personal assistants that respond instantly. Even games. Those choose-your-own-adventure types, where every second matters.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Huge advantage there. No more waiting around for the AI to catch up.
Exactly. And this speed, it ties into something the YouTube reviews were talking about. Mistral Small 3's strength in agentic AI.
Okay, hold on. Now you're using the fancy AI jargon. What exactly is agentic AI, and what's Mistral Small 3 got to do with it?
Imagine this. You're not just asking the AI for information, you're asking it to do things. Like, hey, AI, book me a flight to Paris, and it actually does it, handles all the steps. That's agentic AI. Systems that can act on their own to reach goals.
So it's not just understanding, but actually doing things based on instructions.
Right, and Mistral Small 3 is made for this. It's really good at function calling and creating structured output, like JSON. These are the tools for building those intelligent agents that can handle complex tasks.
Got it. So this model, it's not just about creative text or trivia. It's about understanding, breaking down instructions, and executing them perfectly.
You got it. And to prove it, the YouTube review, they did this demo. With Mistral Small 3 and code, they gave it a task involving calculations, multiple steps. And the model, it understood the instructions and then wrote the Python code to do the task.
Wait, it wrote the code itself? Isn't that a bit like
Yeah.
that sci-fi thing where robots start coding themselves?
It definitely gives you a peek into the future of AI. And while it sounds scary, it's also incredibly powerful. Think about it. This could make coding accessible to anyone, even if they don't know anything about programming.
Okay, so maybe not a robot uprising just yet, but it does make you wonder about the future of work, the skills we'll need to thrive in a world with AI. Maybe we could talk more about that later. But for now, back to Mistral Small 3. Another impressive feature, the languages the YouTube review mentioned. It supports a ton of them. Western European languages, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and a whole bunch more. What's the big deal with that? All those languages.
I think it's huge for building AI solutions that can truly reach everyone. We're talking about breaking down language barriers, making information and services available to people who might have been excluded before. It opens up so many possibilities for communication, collaboration, understanding across cultures.
I love that. It's like we're moving towards a world where everyone can be a part of the AI revolution, no matter what language they speak.
Exactly. And to make things even more interesting, you can run Mistral Small 3 locally, right on your computer. The reviewers were excited about that, especially how it can be quantized to run on a MacBook with just 32 GB of RAM.
Okay, I got to admit, I'm lost there. What is quantization, and why is it such a big deal for running this model locally?
Think of quantization as like compressing the model, making it smaller, more efficient, without losing too much power. It's like taking a big high-resolution image and compressing it so it takes up less space, but still looks good. And this is important because now you can run this powerful AI
Yeah.
on your own machine, even if it's not some supercomputer.
So instead of using the cloud, sending your data to some huge server farm, you can keep everything local on your own device.
Right, and this is great for privacy. For people who don't want their data out there, it also means you can use it offline, which could be a game changer in places without good internet.
Okay, so we have this powerful AI, efficient, multilingual, that can run right on your computer. What's not to love?
Well, that's what we're here to figure out. We've barely scratched the surface of what Mistral Small 3 can do, and one of the most interesting things is how it compares to the big names. Remember, Mistral did their own tests, and they're claiming that in many cases, people actually preferred Mistral Small 3's responses over bigger models, even those proprietary giants, like GPT-4 Mini.
Really? That's a bold statement. What do you make of that? Is this a David and Goliath situation, where the smaller, more agile model is actually winning?
It's definitely interesting. It shows us that bigger isn't always better. With language models, sometimes a model that's more focused, more efficient, can deliver a better experience. And it seems like Mistral Small 3, they've found that balance between power, efficiency, and being user-friendly.
I am really getting excited now to dive into the details, the real-world applications of this model. But we've covered a lot already. Maybe it's a good time to take a breath. Move on to the next part. What do you say we shift gears and explore what all this means for our listeners?
I'm all for it. Let's connect the dots and see how this technology could actually impact their lives.
Excellent. Let's take a quick pause, and we'll be right back with more on Mistral Small 3 and why it matters to you.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit and talk about you, the listener. Why should you care about Mistral Small 3?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
Easy to get lost in the technical stuff, but I want to know, what can people actually do with this?
Well, picture this. You're a small business owner. You want a chatbot to handle customer questions about your products. In the past, that meant hiring a developer or paying a lot for some fancy software. But with Mistral Small 3, you could build that chatbot yourself.
So this could change the game for entrepreneurs, small businesses who want AI but don't have a lot of money to throw around.
Exactly. It's about giving everyone access to these powerful tools. And it's not just about building new things. Think about integrating it into what you already use.
Like adding AI to your workflow. Could be great for writing, research, even data analysis.
You got it. Imagine an AI assistant to help you write better emails, come up with creative ideas, or even go through tons of data to find hidden trends. The possibilities are huge.
Okay, I'm starting to see it. But a lot of listeners might still be wondering, how does this affect ME? What are some real examples?
All right, let's get specific. Say you're a teacher. You want to personalize learning for your students. You could use Mistral Small 3 to build an AI tutor that adapts to each student, giving them feedback and support.
That's amazing. Like a personal tutor for every student. Something we couldn't do before. What about people who aren't teachers or entrepreneurs? How does Mistral Small 3 help them?
Well, think about the things you do every day. That could be automated or made easier. Managing your calendar, emails, planning a trip. With a little creativity, you could build AI agents to do those things for you.
So instead of being bogged down by all those little tasks, you have more time and energy to focus on the important things.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, all of this is possible because Mistral Small 3 can run locally on your own computer. You have complete control over your data and your AI.
Huge advantage.
Yeah.
Especially for privacy. But what about those who aren't so tech savvy? Can anyone really use this?
That's a good point. And the answer is yes. There are platforms and communities that make it easy to get started with Mistral Small 3, Llama, Kaggle, Together AI, Fireworks AI, just to name a few.
So you don't have to be a coding expert to jump in and experiment.
Not at all. And for those who are more technical, the open source nature of Mistral Small 3 opens up a whole world of possibilities. You can contribute to the model itself, create new tools, and share what you know with others.
It's like a global community
Yeah.
of AI enthusiasts all working together to push the limits.
Exactly. And one of the most exciting things is the potential for personalization. Because it's open source, people can fine-tune Mistral Small 3 for specific purposes.
You mentioned fine-tuning before, but what does that actually mean?
Think of it like this. You take a general tool and sharpen it for a specific job. You're taking the pre-trained model and making it fit your needs.
So it's not just about what it can do out of the box. You can actually make it your own.
Exactly. Imagine fine-tuning it to write in a specific style, to create content for a niche, or even to understand jargon in your field. The possibilities are mind-blowing.
It's like taking this powerful tool and making it yours. I see why you're so excited. It's not just about using AI. It's about shaping it, working with it,
Yeah.
and making it work for you.
You get it. And that's the beauty of open source. It's about empowering individuals and fostering a spirit of collaboration and innovation.
It shows that AI doesn't have to be controlled by just a few. You can be a tool for everyone to use, to learn from, to build a better future.
Well said. And with models like Mistral Small 3 leading the way, I'm optimistic about the future of open source AI.
Okay, so we've talked about the benefits, real-world uses, the possibilities for personalization. But it's important to remember, with any powerful technology, there can be downsides or risks. We've already talked a bit about job displacement as AI gets more capable.
That's true. We need to be having these conversations about AI's impact on society, on jobs. Open dialogue is important to find solutions that work for everyone.
Right. It's not a simple win or lose. We need to focus on education, on training, so people have the skills they'll need in a world with AI.
I agree. We need to make sure everyone has a chance to benefit from AI, not just a select few.
And that's where open source, like Mistral Small 3, becomes even more important. By making this technology available to everyone, we're giving people the power to shape their own future with AI.
Exactly. It's about making people active participants in the AI revolution, not just watching it happen.
So what you're saying is, the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's something we can shape through our choices, our actions, and our commitment to making this technology work for good.
Beautifully put. And I think that's a message of hope, a message of empowerment that we should all hold on to as we move into this new era of AI.
Couldn't agree more. So where do we go from here? What are some things our listeners can do to get involved, to start exploring Mistral Small 3?
First step, go to the Hugging Face website. That's where you'll find the model, documentation, and a ton of resources from the community.
And I think they have links to some of those platforms we talked about, like Llama and Kaggle, where you can try out the model in an easier way.
They do. And don't be afraid to join the forums. Talk to other people who are exploring this tech. Open source thrives on sharing and collaboration.
It's like one giant brainstorming session where anyone can join and share their ideas.
Exactly. And who knows, your next big idea might come from connecting with someone or just from playing around with Mistral Small 3 and finding new ways to use it.
This is all so inspiring. I'm already thinking about all the things we could build. But before we get too carried away, maybe it's time to move on to the final part of our deep dive.
Sounds good. We've covered a lot of ground. The capabilities of Mistral Small 3, its potential impact, the exciting possibilities for personalization and working together.
Excellent. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll wrap things up with some final thoughts.
And a challenge to inspire our listeners to take their AI journey even further. Okay, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Mistral Small 3. We've covered a lot. It's powerful, it's efficient, it's open source. But one thing that really stuck with me was that demo. In one of the YouTube reviews, they showed the model actually working with code live.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. It really showed how well Mistral Small 3 can handle complex tasks with function calling and structured output. Remember, the reviewer gave it that problem with multiple steps. And Mistral Small 3, it didn't just understand. It
went from language model to coding assistant right there on screen. And that's what's so exciting about this technology. It's changing what we think AI can do.
You're right. Mistral Small 3 isn't just about generating text or answering questions. It's about understanding instructions and then taking action based on them. And that's what we call agentic AI. Right, the AI jargon. Remind me again, what's agentic AI all about? And why is this model so good at it?
Well, imagine an agentic AI. It's like a really good assistant. That not only gets what you're asking, but can actually do it for you. It's about moving from just processing information to actually solving problems.
So it's not just tell me the weather, it's book me a flight to Paris. And the AI takes care of everything.
Exactly. And Mistral Small 3, It's perfect for this because it's so good at function calling and structured output. It's like it was made for building these intelligent agents.
I can almost see it now. A world where these AI agents help us with everything, managing our calendars, automating our homes. It's exciting and a little scary to think about.
It does give you a glimpse into the future, where AI is everywhere, and with Mistral Small 3 being open source, the possibilities are endless. As more people try it out, fine-tune it, share their ideas, we'll see a wave of creativity that's hard to even imagine right now.
This whole conversation has been so inspiring. But we have to be realistic, too. Any powerful technology comes with risks. We've touched on job displacement as AI becomes more advanced.
You're right. We need to be talking about this, the impact of AI on society, on jobs. It needs to be an open conversation so we can find solutions that benefit everyone.
Absolutely. It's not as simple as AI takes jobs or AI creates jobs. We need to focus on education, on giving people the skills to thrive in this new world.
I agree completely. Everyone deserves a chance to benefit from AI, not just a select few.
And that's why open source, like Mistral Small 3, is so important. It makes this technology available to everyone, so people have the power to shape their own future with AI.
Exactly. It's about making people active participants in the AI revolution, not just passive observers.
So the future of AI is not set in stone. We can shape it through our choices, our actions, and our commitment to making this technology a force for good.
Well said. Couldn't agree more.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Mistral Small 3, what's the one thing you want our listeners to remember?
I think it's this: the future of AI. It's not predetermined. We have the power to shape it through our choices, our actions, and our commitment to using this technology for the benefit of everyone.
A powerful message. In Mistral Small 3, with its open source nature, its efficiency, its incredible potential, it shows us the power of collaboration, of innovation, of making technology accessible to everyone.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
So, to our listeners, we leave you with this. What will you do with the power of open source AI? How will you use it to create, to solve problems, to make the world a better place?
The possibilities are truly endless, so go explore, experiment, let your imagination run wild. The future of AI is in your hands.
Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.